Hey y'all, it's Melissa here at Twin Oaks Family Farm in rural Southeast Ohio, USA. Thank you for joining me on our YouTube channel, Twin Oaks Farm Poultry. We have meat birds in production here. We also keep small flocks of egg production chickens, and we're growing our YouTube channel. This is August 21st, 2024. This video is one of our Watch It Later Wednesday videos. Actually, this one, if you keep chickens of any kind, I think you'll enjoy the suggestions I'm going to share on this video. So on our Watch Later Wednesday videos, I actually go to my own Watch Later list on the YouTube app, and I go and pick out some videos that I have previously noticed and marked for Watch Later that are piling up there on my Watch Later list. So when I realized that list was getting so big, 3 digits, it was getting so big, I needed to start actually following through on watching some of them. I thought, well, that would be fun to watch them, review them, and share them with y'all here on our channel, Twin Oaks Farm Poultry. So, like I said, today's it's going to be 2 videos from the same channel, and if you're keeping chickens of any kind, I think that you'll want to hear these suggestions. So while we're here, toward the end of the video, we'll give you a look at the flock of Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens that we currently have in production, 425 of them that were hatched on July 24th, 2024, and will go to the processor on August 28th, 2004. If you run those numbers, that's a 35-day production schedule. This is the shortest production timetable we've ever attempted with Cornish Rock Cross meat chickens. So, you know, it's mountains and valleys. There's been some good things and some bad things. And so actually going to upload a video today as well from yesterday, kind of talking about how for this flock, it was kind of like a perfect set of kind of undesirable circumstances. So they're doing good though, but we'll show you the flock actually at the end of this video. So let's get right to it. Y'all know that I've said before, digital age is not really my specialty, so my memory lives on paper, so I write stuff down. But the channel I want to tell you about is called DIY Agric. If you are a chicken keeper, I think you're going to find this channel really, really interesting, really, really informative, and a great resource. So the one video we want to tell y'all about is got a thumbnail that on the thumbnail picture it says new egg culture over at the side of it, and the title that is under the thumbnail is practice this if you want your layer chickens to lay more eggs. So in this video, the host is explaining that if you focus in on one really critical piece of management with your egg production chickens, you could possibly dial their egg production up 10 to 20% if you're not already taking measures to deal with this one critical aspect of egg production management. So I really don't want to give it away. I'd rather you have the opportunity to go watch the video, but it's on the channel DIY Agric. So that video itself, practice this if you want your layer chickens to lay more eggs on DIY Agric. That video itself has, I think, over 2,000 views. It's about 5 minutes long, and it was uploaded about 4 months ago. So talks in there about we do have to pay attention to the importance of genetics in our egg layers, their housing situation in our egg layers, nutritional management, and their overall health management. But even of all those things, there's one component that if it's overlooked is going to affect egg production every time. And if we are taking care of this component, like I said, this host tells us, hey, you're going to increase that production 10 to 20% in your egg layers. And interestingly enough, I just watched this video today, but I've even talked about that in a previous video here on our channel. So it has to do with something that you give the birds, and you need to ensure that it's quality, palatable, and satisfactory to the birds. So if you want to go check that out, there'll be a link in the description and the comments. But practice this if you want your layer chickens to lay more eggs. And then the other one is also on that channel, and it's about meat birds. So got you a video about egg production chickens suggestion and a video about meat production chickens suggestion. So also on DIY Agric, and that is really a well established channel, 91,000 plus subscribers, I believe, on that channel. But the Meatbird one that I watched today was actually uploaded about a year ago and has like 61,000 plus views, and it's called Why Broilers Die After 4 Weeks, How to Stop It on Your Chicken Farm. So in that video, the host tells us what is typically the #1 killer of meat birds over 4 weeks of age. We agree with his conclusion in that, so you'll have to go check it out, and points out the importance of their housing and the stocking density they have in their housing, as well as the relationship between the ambient conditions, particularly heat, and their management routine regarding feeding. So you'll want to check that one out if you're raising meat birds. That channel is based in Africa. So one of the things that I've noticed from my own experience watching that channel is that I have to kind of tune my ear and work pretty hard to understand a lot of the speech, because there is a strong, distinct dialect and accent to the speech, but I also think it has a beautiful, beautiful sound. And let me tell you, when it comes to raising poultry, this host on DIY Agric knows his business. So check it out. If you're raising chickens, check out the channel DIY Agric. I think you'll enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so we're gonna go with that on today's suggestions. Check out DIY Agric. Going to give you a look at the flock that we currently have in production. Before we do that, want to mention thank you, subscribers. You know, our channel is still growing. We started it in February 23 with the goal of growing the subscriber base to 1,000 plus as soon as we could. And this summer, 2024, we did reach that threshold and go over it. And that's all because of y'all subscribing and supporting our channel with your time and effort. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. We are grateful. Please interact with the video. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Please interact in the comments. Give us your suggestions off of your watch later list. What are things you like to see in your YouTube videos? What have you been watching? What's on your watch later list that is coming up that you want to watch? Also, we do have memberships offered on our channel this summer. YouTube gave us the opportunity to be in the YouTube Partner Program and to offer memberships. So you can click join under the video, scroll through that information, and see if you're interested in purchasing a membership. Those memberships will help us be able to continue working on our video content projects, and we want to be able to continue working on our farm projects to be able to spread an awareness with people that real good food comes from agriculture and comes from producing it even in our own backyards. And we want to encourage people to source food as often as they can from local producers, farmers, and ranchers where they live. So here is our meat birds that are currently in production, and like I said, they're Cornish Rock cross meat chickens. There are 425 of them in our flock currently. This is late afternoon. These birds are right at 4 weeks old. Ambient temperatures today are truly just about perfect for them. It's in the low 70s, and that's really where they want to be. They're currently resting. You can see we have roosters and hens. For example, there's a great visual. The two chicken heads close together. The one further back is a rooster, and the one closer is a hen. And so pretty uniform in size there. We do have a few birds throughout the flock that are noticeably smaller than the other birds, but for the most part, good uniformity of growth across this flock, which is something that we want to see. You can see that we actually have our regular feeders, and then we've introduced some makeshift feeders that are smaller, as well as some homemade feeders over here. We are trying to make sure that we get all of the feed into this flock that we estimate they need to actually finish well for poultry production. And we typically do that in a 6-week time frame, but like I've said in the beginning, we are working on a 5-week time frame with this flock, and it is the shortest production time frame we've ever attempted. So we know that we need each bird to eat about 10 pounds of feed per bird from start to finish in order to get the size and finish that we need on them to be ready to be processed into poultry. So real good chicken, this is where it comes from. Real chickens raised with good management practices. We personally are not fans, so I'm not sure what got us that reaction, but there was a little bit of a breeze blow through, and that seemed to startle some of the birds. And with poultry, if you get a reaction from one, it tends to sort of incite a collective reaction. So I think that's all that happened. But we had kind of a gust of fresh air just kind of move through, and we saw that big reaction from the group. So they're going to settle back down. But was mentioning that we are not here at our home place, our farm, and our household. We are not a fan of this fad. I'm going to call it a fad, but there's a force trying to normalize it and make it mainstream. We are not in favor of this lab-produced food. We want to see our protein come from the source, come from the chicken, or come from the hog, or come from the cattle. And you know, it's not a matter of not caring about the animals that the food comes from. As farmers, we care very deeply about the stewardship of these animals and providing a quality of life that takes very good care of them. But we also care about wholesome, nutritious food. And we feel like there's greater assurance that this food that we eat and consume is wholesome and nutritious when we know where it comes from. And in the case of production agriculture, like we're raising these chickens for poultry, or we have egg production chickens for eggs, and you know, you could even use examples of pork and beef and milk from cows. You know, in production agriculture, this is tried and true, time tested. We know that this produces good protein. We know that if we grow fruits and vegetables from good seed stock from the soil, we know that that produces good produce, good fiber, good vitamins and minerals. So we are very much in favor of production agriculture, want to spread an awareness of knowing the source of your food, knowing that your food is real, knowing that your food is wholesome and nutritious. And we want to encourage people to heart local ag, which is our way of saying, please support local agriculture wherever local is for you by sourcing your food from farmers, ranchers, and producers in your area. So we hope that you are finding ways to do that, seeking out producers, and knowing that you're getting wholesome and delicious food that's nutritious for you from local producers. And I think I, at one point, maybe I got it said in here, had mentioned, you know, we're trying to make sure that we take good care of these animals so that we can finish them for poultry that is wholesome and nutritious and delicious, and that our clients can enjoy, but also can be very confident and satisfied about putting on their tables for their families. So this flock started July 24th, 2024, in production to August 28th, 2024. And if you want to see how they've started and progressed, just check out more videos on our channel where you can see the practices that we use to raise Cornish rock cross meat chickens from start to finish, flock to freezer, in 5 to 6 weeks. Thanks so much for joining us here. Hope you'll leave something in comments. Let us know what you're watching. And some other channels that we thoroughly enjoy include Mother Clucker's Chicken Farm in the USA, I believe in Florida, Farmer Always up in Canada, Clucking Around down in Texas, USA, and Chimma's Chicken Coop in Germany. Also, Hymas Family Farm in the western United States of America, and John Hicks Banjo for some great, inspiring bluegrass music. Love it. Check them all out. Thanks y'all for joining us. God bless you. We hope you have an excellent day and that all of your chicken dinners are winners.